out there, every time I step on the mat, that's the way I've always approached it. It's the way I was coached, it's the way I was brought up, and that's the way I'll approach it in the future.
Winning the gold medal meant everything to me. It's what America's about. Hard work, determination, going after what you want, following your dreams.
Hi, I'm Tom Brands. What I'd like to cover today is snap downs and go behinds. And what I really want to emphasize here is that when I end up in a position where I'm in a dominant position on my opponent, I want to take advantage of it. Whether he shoots underneath me and I'm sprawling like I should, hitting my feet back, or whether I snap him to this position, I have to take advantage of it and score. Where we want to start here is what I want to do is I want to create pressure into my opponent to get a reaction from him. So again here, I'm going to pressure in, he's going to pressure back into me, now I'm going to snap. And I can't snap when my head is butted up against him. For instance, right here, I can't snap here. What I have to do is I push with my head and my hands here, and now when I snap, my head comes back. And a lot of times what that does, especially if he's pushing back into me, is that'll get him coming into me a little bit better. But watch what I do here. I pressure in, he pressures back, I'm coming here, and I'm snapping. I snap hard here, and I'm pressuring in, and this hand's going right to the head. I'm snapping hard here. All right, now that looked a little funny maybe, but that's really what I want to emphasize. I don't ever want to snap a guy into my own legs, obviously. Okay? A good drill to start this off is just pressure in right here. He pressures back, I'm going to snap, I'm just going to circle right there. Never are my legs in danger of being attacked by him or where he can reach out, grab, that type of thing. All right, so that's a good drill. Okay, there's some specifics here on a snap. With my head on this side, the opposite hand is going to come to the head. If my head's on this side, the opposite hand would be here. That's the hand that goes to the head. All right? So if my head's on the near side here, this hand's going to snap hard right here. This hand's coming to the head, and I'm hitting pretty hard with my forearm here. I'm not really hitting with my hand, all right? I'm hitting with my forearm, and I'm cupping my hand and coming right here. All right, now a lot of people talk about rerouting the head and snapping, so when you're snapping, you're moving the guy like this. I'm not really worried about that right now. If I was going to do leg attacks, maybe a high crotch, and create an angle, maybe I would do that right there, all right? That would be a good leg attack setup. But today what we're talking about snapping a man down to the mat and manhandling him and controlling him. So I'm pressuring in here, and this is good. Like I said, if a guy's really pressuring in, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm coming here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap him straight down to the mat there. And now watch my feet. I'm snapping and I'm moving right there. All right, I'm pressuring in, I'm snapping, and I'm moving right there. There's my points. I just scored points there. I'm pressuring in, he's pressuring back. I'm snapping and moving right there. All right? A lot of people, when they snap, and this is not ideal. Again, this goes back to anything in wrestling. When I snap a guy down here, I don't want to hold here. For instance, if I end up here, I don't want to hold and look for locking my hands, that type of thing. All right? If I can move my feet and get around behind him right now, that's what I want to do. Always take advantage of the best opportunities, and that's when his head's on the mat, I'm going around behind him. I'm not looking to hold. Never am I looking to hold. All right? I'm pressuring in here. He's pressuring back. I'm snapping. I'm going around behind him. That's a good drill right there. Okay, another good drill for snapping is just come right here like this. Boom. Right here. I got double inside ties in here. Give me a little more. Double inside ties. I'm coming here. I'm coming here. I'm coming here. I'm coming here. That just gets you kind of warm. That's a good drill to warm up. And when I'm snapping, I'm pressuring in. I'm snapping. Going around behind him. Now I'm on the other side, I'm pressuring in, I'm snapping, I'm pressuring in, I'm snapping, going around behind him right there. All right, not gonna hold, okay? Now, a lot of times when you do snap a guy, here, I snap a guy down here, and I'm not gonna be able to go around behind him because he's gonna square with me. Go ahead, square, right there, he's gonna square up with me right there, okay? This is where we have to score. When a guy squares with me and it's a dogfight in this situation. A lot of people, they get in this position and they don't take advantage of it for two reasons. One reason is they try to hold, and the other reason is they don't feel comfortable here, so they push the guy away. All right, we have to learn to score there. Take advantage of this position. All right, once I end up here, there's a couple things I want to do. I want to be elbows to my ribs. Both elbows to my ribs. I don't want to give deep elbows. All right, what I mean by that is I don't want to be here where he can grab my elbow. Where he can grab my elbow and maybe short drag out right there. All right? No deep elbows. That's important. No deep elbows. And this is a good drill also. If you're coaching this with your team or whatever, or working on it individually, when you get your partner, just get in here, and when you have your front headlock, I'm coming right here, I'm coming right here. All right, I'm on the chin, I'm on the elbow, right here. Okay, now, this shoulder goes right in between his shoulder blades. And I'll tell you what, he feels my weight. I'm pushing off my feet here. I'm pushing off my feet here. All right, I'm pushing into him. All right, a lot of times you may be able to run him over, or maybe hit a knee tap right there. All right, that would be against maybe the less skilled opponents, or maybe catching a guy in surprise, or catching a guy off guard, that type of thing. But I tell you, you're going to have to. You're going to do that once, and the guy's going to get wise to you. All right, I'm in here, right here. I got my elbows in. This is a front headlock position. Here on the chin. On the chin, here. Shoulder in the middle of the back, right here. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive in a little bit. That's just because so he's feeling my weight. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the head toward the arm. I'm going to pull the head toward the arm right here. All right, now when I'm thinking about this is kind of a brutal way to think about it, but this will help you. I'm thinking about bouncing his head off the mat, and that's important. And that's how I'm going to move him. I'm going to pull him forward and to the side, I'm going to pull the head forward and to the arm. And I'm going to think about bouncing his head off the mat. Again, elbows, shoulders here. Now, I'm going to come here and I'm going to pull the head to the arm and I'm going to bounce it off the mat right there. That's what I want to do right there. Now, watch what happens here. On this side, I'm on my feet here. Once I get here, the hand that's on the head is going to release. All right, I'm going to bring this hand all the way to the other side. All right, you can't see it right now, but watch where my position is. I just bounced his head off the mat right here. I'm coming right here. All right, now, once I get in this position, let's turn. All right, I just ended up right here. Now you're going to see the arm right here. See the hand come through there? And I'm blocking here. This is where I want him. I want him on his elbow. All right, this is ideal. This is a dominant position for me. All right, so I'm blocking here. I'm coming right here. Now, watch this shoulder. This isn't going to do me any good to keep the shoulder. What I want to do is I want to square my chest to him and run into him. So I'm going around behind him. I'm going to square my chest to him, and I'm going to push with my chest to him right there. Driving right down to the mat. Again, I'm manhandling him there. Okay? So let's do that again here. I'm here. All right, I got my front headlock position. I'm going to bounce his head off the mat right here. I'm blocking here. Release the head, fellas. Release the head. A lot of guys, when you try to teach this, they try to come here and keep the head. Release the head here. Block. Now I'm going to square my chest. And I'm going to push with my chest and get in here. Now from here, if you leave your hips behind you, that's not going to do you much good here. Right? What I want to do is I want to crowd with my hips. Right here. I bump with my hips and my chest. That's important. All right? Another thing that you can do once you go down your elbow. Okay, this position, when I'm blocking here and I square my chest, what I want to do is I want to take this hand and go right up the butt here. All right, what I'm doing is I'm getting it deep. I'm getting it at least wrist deep, maybe deeper in my forearm. And here I'm going to drive hard. And this is, again, where I'm using my chest to push, and I get my hips in there and pop. So I get in here and pop right there. And that really will help you. All right, what I don't want to do here is when I pull his head down here, I'm going around behind him and I square. I don't want to come over top here like this. That's exactly what's going to happen. All right? Again, I don't want to be more than wrist or forearm deep. I never want to be elbow deep there. And that time when I was going around behind him, when I'm coming here, I got elbow deep right there. And I don't want to be there. If I come over here, I want to hit right here and pinch my elbows together and still drive there. But that's why it's better to get in the habit of going up the butt here. Coming right in here, driving right there. All right? Now that's pretty much the mechanics of a go behind there. Again, I'm here, I pull the head down here, going around behind, driving right there. Exploding into him. Exploding into him. Here. Right there. Okay, now what happens is you got a lot of guys that are squaring, and if it's a dog fight down there, there's a couple things that you can do technically, all right? One is just and I don't do this much, but it is open, is when I'm coming here, and I'm trying to go behind this way, he's gonna really square, so I'm just gonna whip right there and up on top. That's not something that I'd feel comfortable doing. What I would rather do is when I'm going around behind, pull his head down, I'm going around behind him. Watch this hand. He's squaring, doing a good job. Go back, go back. Watch this hand. It's gonna come right there. Right there. Very effective, very effective. I'm gonna do a live situation where the guy's really swearing at me and demonstrate just what it looks like when I get him, when I switch and go to the other side. And that's something that just a lot of repetition and a lot of practice will help you realize. And when you're having trouble or in a rut in this position, instead of just holding on here, keep looking, going there, just switch right there. All right, we'll do it again for the camera here. I'm here, I'm trying to go around behind, blocking right there. Now I'm coming here. Right there, or right there. All right, just switching there, so I'm coming here. And that time I set him up for it. That was a little different. All right, so instead of coming here and looking for this, I just came here and set him up for it. Right there. Coming right around behind him. All right, but if he's squaring with me, and I'm looking for this, here, boom, right there it is. Right there it is. And that's another finish too, that when I go around behind him, instead of coming up the butt, if I go around behind him, I can come right here, but I'm only wrist deep. And now what I'll do is I'll just kind of block. I block with my knee. I'm going around behind him, I block with my knee right here, and come right here. Okay, we've gone over some things from a go behind that's real technical. Certain things like making sure that you block with the hand. The reason why we block with the hand here is because if I don't block with the hand, I'm going around behind him. All he's going to do is drop his head and back out right there, that hand there. But if I do block the hand, he can't. No, I'm going to go the other way. Here, I block the hand, he can't really go ahead and spin with me. He can't really spin with me. That's important. Also going to the other side, we talked about that. I'm coming here, I'm blocking, going to the other side. Right? Those are real technical things, and they work real well. At the senior level in this situation, two guys are evenly matched. I have to really take it upon myself to beat him up, to manhandle him. And how I do that is I'm not necessarily worried about certain techniques. What I want to do is basically I want to out-hustle him and lay heavy hands on him and pound him and beat him up. And this is an example of that. And I know I'm a little bigger than Pablo, but this will give you a good example where I'm not holding. Again, I am not holding. I want to emphasize that. I am out-hustling a guy. I'm snapping and moving and just basically beating him up. All right, so here's a good example of that. What your partner's going to do, and this is a good drill as well, he's just going to look to grab elbows. He's going to look to survive. He's going to look to survive and square. And watch what I do. Nothing changes as far as what I want to do with the head. I always want to put the head there and get him to his elbows. All right, but there's certain things that I can do as far as hustling going one way or the other, and you're going to see that right now. You ready? Ready, go. Right. Forward. Right there. Right there. See what I did there? One way, then went back the other way. Ready, go. Yeah, pull, yeah, pull. Again, I'm here. If we did a slow motion of that, it would have looked like this. Pull, pull, pull. Go behind. It wasn't just one pull here and then going behind. And notice that time I didn't have a head. I was over both. My elbows were in tight. Again, ready? Ready? Yeah. If you grab my elbow there, watch what I do. I pull the head, eliminates the problem with the elbow. He grabs my elbow, I pull the head, right there, go behind. Bouncing his head off the mat. Beating him up. One way then the other. One way then the other. Guy shoots on me. This is a point I made earlier in the introduction. Again, we want to take advantage of this position, not only from a snap, but when a guy shoots on me, I'm sprawling, going behind him, or he shoots on me, I'm here, go bouncing. Taking advantage of it. All right, from a front headlock position from the feet, again, what I want to do right here is I want to take him down to the mat. I don't want to hold here. All right, I want to take him right down to the mat right there. Go behind just like that, all right? But there's also some other things I can do, especially if I get in here, and a guy, what he's gonna do from a counter point of view, he's gonna keep his elbows back right there. So I'm on the chin here, I'm trying to get this arm, but I can't really get it, and another thing he'll do is he'll go right to this hand on the chin, and basically what he'll do is get his head up and drive in, end up in a 2-on-1. All right, so when I'm in this position here, the guy's got his elbows back, and I'm gonna have a hard time bringing him down to the mat. He's really squatting, keeping his hips underneath. He's in pretty decent position here. Another thing I can do is really look to attack the leg. All right, right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna step right here. This hand's just gonna step, I'm gonna lower, drop, attack the leg right here and finish. All right, whether it's there or whether it be where I take the head and actually pull and maybe like do more of a sweep action, like this type of thing. Right here, okay? But that would be more dominant. But even from here, when he's really got his hips underneath him, right here, I just drop down the leg right here. Drop it. Right there, or, you know, drop down to the leg right here, hit, drive, finish, that type of thing. All right, the other one I was talking about would be here, as I really hit right there. You know, that type of thing. There's a lot of different things you can do, you know, that I don't necessarily do, but I, you know, take the head down and drive through here. You know, right there. But again, it's important to realize that you can attack the legs from that position too. It's such a dominant position that you want to make sure that you take advantage of it. That's about all I have from snaps and go-behinds. I hope you learned something. It's been real successful for me. Thanks for watching.
Tom, it seemed both you and Terry were tested by the Russians in terms of frustration level. They seemed to want to get inside you and mess with your head.
Well, I guess it's a mean sport. I guess it's a brutal sport. That's the way I like it most of the time. I guess maybe my reputation precedes me a little bit, and so that's fine. Like I said, it's a tough sport. It's the way I've been coached. It's the way I've always approached it.
You were the 93 world champion. You didn't have the performance you wanted in 94, and you met Azizov, the 94 world champion. How did you prepare for it, and how much did it mean to you?
I prepare, every day since then, just because, something like that, you're a competitor, you know that something like that can just tear your guts up. But this is peanuts compared to the Worlds. I mean, this is a great event to win, and I'm happy as heck I did it. But, down the road, Atlanta 95, Atlanta 96 is where it's all at.
Well, we want to congratulate you. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Jeff.
Good job, buddy.